Hey, what's up everybody? Our Boots here, and today I guess I'm gonna show you how to open the Pack-a-Punch room in 2 rounds, solo. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's done this, but you know, whatever. I've actually done this before, but this is the first and probably the only time I have ever or will ever do this. Because it might sound like I'm doing it fast because it's on round 2, but it was not exactly a fast thing to do. But I just do the usual in first area, open the door. It's insta-kill, so I don't think I ever go in there, or I don't go in there the whole rest of the game, but so basically you just want to point whore a lot. Rebuild barriers, you can get, I think, up to 40 points on round 2 and maybe 60 on round 2. Wait, did I just 40 points in round 1, maybe 60 on round 2. So I do end up laying down on the perk machines, or in front of the perk machines, to get those bonus 100 points, but I do that a little bit later. Actually, oh no, I bought the perk, that's right. So this could have been done without self-revive. I just kind of usually buy self-revive when I'm playing solo because I make mistakes, and I have gone down in this ritual before, probably on round 1. Actually, I know I have in round 1, but I blame doing that on multiplayer, and it wasn't my fault. So, first ritual complete. It's not that impressive to do this on round 1. So pick up the first one. It is now time to start round 2, and from now on we will spend the entirety, well, actually no, not the entirety of this video, but the majority of this video on round 2 getting my barrier rebuilds. You might notice occasionally, oh, I forgot to mention, probably noticed it, but round 1, 2 bullets and a knife will kill them. Round 2, 3 bullets and a knife will kill them. But you might notice that there are times when I try to knife a zombie and I miss completely. I'm doing it right now. And there is a reason for that, and there's an excellent example for that real soon. I think it's one of these zombies. One of these 2 zombies. There we go. So if I would have lunged, I would have picked up that nuke, and it would have been no more round 2 Pack-a-Punch. So, gotta be careful for those. You don't want to accidentally pick up nukes and prematurely end the round. So I was considering about buying the RK5 right here, but did some quick, speedy math in my head. I think actually at that point I'm like, oh, well, I can't do it anymore. But apparently that wasn't the last zombie, so I think this is when I steal the points from the, steal the points from the perk machine. So that gives me 20 points over the amount needed to open this door. So then I will go into the second beast mode, and I don't usually do it from this way, but here is the first point when I'm like, oh, well, I can't do this. But thankfully, grappling, I think it was grappling the zombie. This is the reason why I don't like going this way. I don't like waiting for that to open. But I think the game was trying to grapple the zombie through the world. But I barely had enough time to do that. Now open the rift, grab the piece, do the next ritual, and once again, I like to have self-revive when I do these on solo. I panicked a little in this room. I think there were 2 times where I almost went down, yeah. But for the most part, I don't have too hard of a time doing these. I think I meant to shoot some of the wraiths here, but I missed it. And yes, I don't know if they're actually called wraiths, but I played The Witcher, so they look like wraiths to me, so I'm killing them. And this is the reason why I didn't buy the RK5 before. For one, I wouldn't have been able to open that door, but after the ritual you get 500 points. So then I buy the RK5, finish off the Morgua, and thankfully this probably made it possible, but this Morgua, how nice of you, dropped a max ammo, so those bonus bullets made all of this possible. So now, that was pretty straightforward, but now it gets a little more complicated. So you can't buy all of the doors with this amount of points, so I go to the cable car, and throughout this video I only save 1,000 points, but if you're doing this on round 2, those 1,000 points are pretty beneficial. So since I was on the cable car, I wrote down the symbols just in case. It wasn't really my main goal to do that, but right here I have just enough points to buy this door. And that happens a few times. Earlier I was 20 points over, but just do open the door, turn on the power, or turn on the perk machine. This is usually the one I can open all the doors and do all the things and power the perk machine without having to go into beast mode a second time. But pick up the part. I kind of forget what right? Get the 100 points. Those perk machines giving you those 100 points are quite beneficial. You might notice, or you may have noticed, that I didn't do it to the Salmon machine, and the reason for that is it doesn't give you 100 points. I'm not entirely sure why. It never did it in Black Ops 2 either. But this also gave me quite a few points. The first time you go into the subway, it spawns 5 or 6 wraiths, and I take my time trying to round them up, because when you don't get points when you kill the wraiths, you only get points each time you hit them with a bullet. So I'm trying to line them up so I can get as many bullets into as many of the wraiths as I can. So I guess I don't know how many points this gave me overall. Maybe 200? 200 seems a little much. But this happens occasionally, where the game will just spawn another zombie that I have no idea where it came from. And lucky me, double points after I killed all the wraiths, and those double points would have been quite useful if I would have had that before I killed the wraiths, but, you know, no matter. What's done is done. We're going to this ritual, try to make do with the little bit of double points that I had. Didn't do a whole lot, but since I got that max ammo, I have quite a few bullets to spare. I don't really have to kill anything, so I'm not really too worried about losing ammo on this gun. Also, I have an RK5, which for the Morgua in the future does enough damage and has enough ammo to be able to take those out. And I think it's right around here where I realize I don't have enough points to be able to buy the cable car and to be able to buy the next doors. So I kind of just wander around for a little bit, trying to think of what I can do to get points. Thankfully, the game spawned another zombie for me to kill. No idea where it came from, but I'll take it. So then head over to... Oh, actually... Right, I go back into the subway and... Bonus 100 points, and... Get the bonus points from this too, and still, if you do the math, I'm not quite there. So I wander around the map for a couple minutes, trying to open every single one of these pods that I can find in hopes to get another zombie or a bug to spawn, but I just kind of go to the waterfront. I'm not entirely sure why I did it. But going to the beast mode, I do the thing. I think I actually fast forwarded through this, but when I was on the cable car, I didn't change the destination, so I kind of sat there for a little bit. I'm like, well, I screwed myself because I can't do this anymore. But thankfully, it was before the intersection, so I could change it. Before I actually screwed myself over. And so I opened up that perk machine. I think this is the first time where I opened all the doors and turned on the perk machine and did all the things necessary in one beast mode. But I was looking forward to being able to open the perk machine, and right here, gotta get those extra 20 points. But yeah, I was like, oh, I can get the 100 points from the perk machine and I'll be fine. Then I'm like, oh, it's behind the door that I need to open. But from now on, it's pretty much straightforward. Pick up the part, get the 100 points from the perk machine. It's kind of unnecessary, but do the ritual. I think I actually almost died in this one as well. Kill the Morgwa. Everything's good, and thankfully, well, right now, I mean, I have it, but I just decided to finish. But Treyarch, I paused the game for a little bit, and Treyarch has a nice surprise. There you go. I thought I was gonna walk off the edge of the cliff right there into the abyss, but yeah, Treyarch has the gift of, I guess, demanding you to be connected to their servers at all times. And for some reason, that only seems to happen when I pause the game and unpause it, so I don't really know how that affects it, but, you know, I don't know netcode, whatever. So the final ritual. After this, it is officially open. Pack-a-Punch machine is, and if I would have gotten, see, this is not to mention in that last area where those double points would have been more useful earlier, but if I would have been able to benefit from those double points, I think I would have been able to actually Pack-a-Punch in round 2. Because I was only about 200, yeah, about 200 points off. But I decided end the round. So I guess that's the end of the video, but I decided to play a little longer. I got the symbols, so why not do this? And ignore the amount of time it takes me to do this, because there are too many times where I zapped the wrong symbol because I'm not paying enough attention. So I kind of continue playing, and what do I do next? I think, yeah, Pack-a-Punch. So, because I'm cool, I decided to Pack-a-Punch my Bloodhound. By the way, don't do that. This thing will probably get you killed. It will actually most likely get you killed. And I'll show that a little later, but I decided to continue playing because why not? So I'm going to get the Juggernog, and oh man, I'm so good at this game that I get trapped in the walkway and I die. What a wonderful 2,500 points well spent. But yeah, I eventually get Juggernog and self-revive again. I was pretty much done playing after this point though. So I guess if you want to try to do this yourself, go ahead, but I wouldn't exactly encourage it because, I mean, this thing took me 25 minutes. If I would have played it normally, I would have probably had this Pack-a-Punch machine opened in half the amount of time. Maybe double the rounds, but round 4 is still pretty decent. So I did this once, and doing it once is good enough for me. I do not plan on doing this again in the future. Maybe if I'm feeling up to it, maybe I can actually Pack-a-Punch in round 2, but that's a little unnecessary. I think I'm fine with what I'm doing now, or what I did just now. Wait, there we go. This is when I'm using the meat wagon. By the way, blast radius is massive and gets you killed real quick. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do, and I will see you later. Bye.